Welcome to Formula One.
This is Joe Average Racer, and we are in round 15 of Season 1 in F1 2015. As you can see here, I'm sitting fourth in the standings and second in the Constructors. Let's get to it. Head off to Russia.
Here we are at the fascinating Sochi Autodrome in Russia for what is expected to be a compelling race weekend. Well, it all begins today with practice.
Okay, I feel like I'm really starting to get the hang of this game now. Either that or these last third of tracks that we got running here. Just a lot better at. You can see here in practice I've ran 4 laps. 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. I think I'm done with practice and we'll head on out to qualifying.
Today has been Sebastian Vettel's day, P1 in practice, and I'm sure he'll be looking forward to a similar performance in qualifying tomorrow. Welcome to the Sochi Autodrome for today's qualifying session on a track that winds its way around the 2014 Winter Olympic Park. With the rain falling here in Sochi, there'll be a few nerves from the drivers who'll be watching the weather closely before they pick their moment to go out on track. It's still a relatively new surface and one that hasn't been well tested in these wet conditions.
Pick your moment to go out on track, so that maybe means that rain might be ending in the middle of qualifying.
Get it wrong now and it could ruin their qualifying. I'm pretty sure
How you doing?
They'll be working on a combination.
Looks like Hamilton's getting held up a little bit. A little wide there. Teammate just had the fastest lap. We'll see what we can do with it. Nice. I think I'll go to the garage and see how we're faring versus the rest of the field. Okay, so 4/10 over my teammate and 7/10 over Hamilton, which I'm pretty happy about. But he did get held up by, I think it was Ericsson, who is well down the list in 10th. So I expect maybe Hamilton to improve, but we'll see how that goes here. Check the track. I think I'll advance time until some of those guys start coming off track, and then I'll go out for another run. Really not coming off track. Get a little space in front of me. And with the time on the clock, I should be able to get 1 lap in here. And I'm feeling real good about this lap right here as long as I don't slip off this last corner. Oh, yeah. Improved by a half a second. Should have secured first place pretty easy.
What an end to a fantastic qualifying session for Ferrari, who've had a brilliant session and have put both cars on the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, so happy about the Ferrari front row at Russia. Mercedes cars, you've got Hamilton up there, but where is Rosberg? Disqualified. I might have to go and say you got Marcus Ericsson there with a 5-second penalty. Let's go to race director. And parked in a dangerous location. That's the first time I've seen that. I got a corner grid penalty, illegal blocking. That was Ericsson on Hamilton's qualifying run there when I was catching him. So he did get a grid penalty for that. So Rosberg, DSQ, starting 20th. He'll have to work his way through the crowd, which is good for us because we are chasing him in the standings.
Here we are in Russia in the scenic Black Sea resort of Sochi, where this purpose-built track is described as one of the most impressive tracks on the Formula One calendar. Welcome to the Russian Grand Prix. On pole for today's race is Sebastian Vettel, who'll be feeling very confident ahead of the start. He put in a wonderful performance yesterday, and if he drives like that today, well, he could be unbeatable.
He was driving on another level yesterday, so it wouldn't be a surprise if he just pulls away from the field and is untouchable. But as we know, anything can happen in Formula One, so we'll just have to wait and see.
What can Felipe Massa do from his lowly starting position in today's Grand Prix?
Felipe's Williams is much better than what he showed yesterday. With the car looking good in terms of tyre wear, perhaps we'll see the team try a more risky strategy in order to exploit that.
This fascinating Hermann Tilke designed track has a number of tight corners and a 180-degree bend. It provides the team with a range of driving challenges. It's an impressive track, certainly from a technical point of view, but we can't call it a classic just yet.
Okay, they got us down for a one-stop race, 13-14. I don't know if it's going to be raining the whole time or not. It's got race time at 48:48, so I'm thinking that it's not going to be raining. So we may have some rain strategy here that we're going to have to deal with. Just keep the car clean, hopefully get a decent start here. Really 3 wide. Probably get a warning for that, but I guess not. That's what he gets for pushing it in turn 1. We'll see if we can just have some clean laps here. Easy on the throttle, being it's raining, and try to just pull away. Raikkonen reclaimed second with the tap on Hamilton there. So we're back 1-2 on lap 1. Teammate trying to get by me? They got some straight line speed I may need to be worried about.
isn't feeling at its best at this point, do bear in mind that we are heavy with fuel. It should get better as we lighten the load further into the race.
Pulling away slightly. So I was going to pit on lap 14, but now I think I'm going to try to go one more lap and just see what happens. You can see my tire wear there. I've got 7 seconds on second place.
Definitely seeing some signs of abrasion on your tires now. They should still be good to run on, but they won't be at their best.
Gap to Hamilton's 26 seconds, so he changed tires, so let's just see where he's at. Intermediates. Several people have made pit stops, and they're all staying on intermediates. I'll see if I can get a weather report. Weather report.
We expect the rain to stop in around 15 minutes time. 15 minutes.
Oh, fucked up on that. There went my lead right there, so it's in to get intermediates right now. That was a big mistake. I had this race in hand.
Race control aren't happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second time penalty.
All right. Not many highlights from the first stint except for lap 15 right there.
Exit now.
See on the mini map we got Hamilton coming around. We may still be out ahead of him. Just have to see.
Pit stops.
And blew that fucking corner. All right, so in order to win the race, we're going to have to pass Hamilton and beat him by 3 seconds. Hamilton's coming in again. I do not know what's happening here. Unless he's changing tires for the rain.
Okay, it could be a risk with the circuit this greasy, but we think the slick might now be the quicker tyre. If you think you can keep it on the road, let's consider swapping over.
We'll go one more lap and see where we're at. I just set a fastest lap. Hamilton was 18.8 behind me. We'll see how he fares this lap. If he's increasing or decreasing his lap times, then we're going to have to look at coming in and changing our compound. Okay, so we go look at race director and see what everybody's putting on. I got options. Everybody's got options. So it looks like I'm going to go in and change my tires.
Okay, fitting options on your next stop.
Weather report.
Also suggesting rain will stop in 10 minutes' time.
Oh shit, Hamilton just set the fastest lap. Going in this lap. By a second over me, so I got to get on that. I should have went in. Yeah, he caught me by 3 seconds that lap. I got to get off these damn tires.
Release.
This is bad news. Between that 3-second penalty and waiting that extra lap to change my tires, I've screwed myself over. I got 7 laps to make up a bunch of freaking time. So it's push. 7 seconds. I got to make up a second a lap on him. I don't think that's going to happen. Well, there was 1 second that lap. .7 on that lap. Now I just need to build up 3 seconds. Get ahead of him by a second, hopefully, and not have any DRS issues. Nice. Not much lap traffic to deal with this race. The way I was pulling out front early, I thought I'd have to deal with that, but I didn't. Came back from a big mistake and ended up winning. How about it?
That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
Ferrari Power's getting it done in the last half of the season here. Kimi comes home third, so we have a big points day for constructors. We'll have to see where Rosberg ends up. He disqualified on
So Sebastian Vettel takes the win after
qualifying.
an imperious drive today. It was a well-deserved victory as well for the German driver.
Sometimes a driver just feels comfortable in the car and is dialed into the track, making for an unbeatable combination.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So Rosberg comes back and gets 5th place, which is pretty good considering he started in last. A lot of traffic to run through there. I would consider that a victory myself. So other items of note. Let's go through and take a peek here. Button scores a point. Okay, so we move up a position over our teammate by 2 points, and we're tied with Hamilton. 44 points with, 4 races to go? This is going to be tight. It's at frickin' DNF, man, at Singapore. That's going to kill us. If we'd have scored points there, we'd be, even just 10 points, we'd be well into contention for this championship. Well, this race I'd like to thank my teammate, Kimi Räikkönen, because him early on in the race, holding off Hamilton, gave us the opportunity to still win this race after making that mistake late. So congrats to the Ferrari team. 2 wins in a row for me, and we're looking to capture this championship if things go our way, and really realistically things are really going to have to go our way. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Joe Average Racer. Stay tuned for another episode coming in a week. Like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Go Tigers!